ANC Member of Parliament Khumbudzo Ntshavheni has hit back at those calling for her removal as minister. Now, the calls come after the second part of the Zondo report found that she had possibly enabled state capture at Denel. During her Sona debate yesterday, Ntshavheni said that she'll cooperate with any investigation by the president on that report. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana has more.
While the official opposition party used day one of the Sona debate to announce that it tabled a motion of no confidence against President Cyril Ramaphosa's cabinet, ANC MPs used day two to hit back not only at the Democratic Alliance but other opposition parties that have also been calling for the axing of some ministers at various government departments.
You talk about abolishing of cadre development. Honorable John Steenhuisen, see, Stellenbosch municipality was fined 750,000 by a court of law. For what? You deployed a matriculate over a colored, honest-bearing woman who took you to court and won.
Localization is increasingly being supported by retailers, ShopRite checkers buying all their sugar from local farmers, Woolworths and Pick n Pay supporting local farmers. These initiatives are supported by government procurement policies, set aside for women and youth, and by master plan of economic reconstruction and recovery. And yet we must listen to those who want to tell us nothing is happening, nothing is being done, remove the whole cabinet. What is worse is come from members of parliament who are supposed to have some integrity and not use false statements to generate support for their parties or use deflection to detract attention away from their own problems.
Some of the ministers who have been called to be fired from government include those who've been implicated in damning reports, including the Minister of Communications, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, who has been implicated in the second state capture report where she was allegedly aiding the capture of arms company Denel when she was still a board member.
Honourable members, I need to take this platform to address the matter of the state of capture, where my name has been used without due regard of the matter. I need to indicate that I will cooperate with any investigation that is being undertaken by the President. I also need to indicate that there is no specific finding against me in that matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Many of the opposition party MPs have used the Sona debate to criticize President Cyril Ramaphosa on various issues, but they have agreed with him in some instances, particularly around the issue of job creation by the private sector in a conducive environment that should be created by the government.
The President surprised many of us when he said, and I quote, "We all know that government does not create jobs, business creates jobs. The key task of government is to create the conditions that will enable the private sector, both big and small, to emerge, to grow, to access new markets, to create new products, and to hire more employees." Close quote. This is something the ACDB has been saying since inception. It was indeed a surprise to hear this coming from the President, considering the many promises of jobs he made over the years.
The other point we are raising is that there has to be a transition management system for interns towards permanent employment, because quite frankly, to be an intern for a year or 18 months and then to sit at home is actually fruitless and wasteful expenditure for the state, which would have invested in an individual to sort of garner the necessary experience to transition. So there has to be greater collaboration between government and the private sector in this regard.
While some MPs agreed, the EFF strongly condemns the notion of the private sector creating jobs for the country.
We all know that the ANC government will not and does not intend to create jobs and will depend on white businesses to create jobs. It is empirically, it's even from a basic logic point of view. You can't say government does not create jobs. You've got 1 million government employees. Those jobs were created to deliver certain services. You are trying to create lousy jobs called EPWPs.
President Cyril Ramaphosa will reply to the debate on Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Athi Mtongana in Cape Town.